What's going on, guys? Gomes back again on another MLB The Show 18 Diamond Dynasty video, and today I'm gonna bring you guys a video that I kind of came out with before. It's about basically how to get Immortals the fastest and the cheapest, but now with some new information that I have a lot more tips and a lot better tips and just the most efficient, cost-effective way that you can solve and unlock these Immortal players. So without further ado, first, I want to talk about doubles. A lot of people ask me, how do you get doubles? Because personally, I don't think it's too hard. The stadiums that I used to get doubles usually are Coors Field for MLB Stadium, but for minor league stadiums, I find Laughing Mountain Park as well as Bayfront Park, or not Bayfront. What is it called? It's Laughing Mountain Park, as well as there's one more that I think it's Green Valley, but there's two. A lot of minor league parks do work, but do not go out and get Polo Grounds. I say this all the time. One, I don't think it's as good because, yeah, there is a lot of room, but it's just more room that the outfielders can track it down with. So, and it's 20K too. So Laughing Mountain Park or Coors Field, in my opinion, are the best way to get doubles. And honestly, just play on rookie and power swing, because that's really your best bet to get doubles. As far as walks, some of them do require walks, like O'Kangaroo Jr., for example, does. It's a double and a walk, two things that are really hard to get. But walks, a lot of people try to get walks on rookie versus a computer, and frankly, it just doesn't work, because they're gonna pretty much throw you pitches right down the middle the entire time. So if you want to get walked, I recommend play on veteran or all-star. That usually is the best one you want to go. You don't have to go any higher than all-star, but veteran or all-star. And also, if you don't want to play them because for whatever reason, and it might just be an easier way to get a walk, it's harder for Griffey because you do need a double, wait until you have a 3-ball count and then sub them in, so they only have to see one more pitch. Also, if you have a pretty good hitter, let's say you need a walk with, I'm pretty sure for this Justin Bour you needed a walk. If you have runners on second and third, usually they will intentionally walk you, so be aware of that. Also, you can try to go online and get in and just ask your online opponent. I don't recommend that. It's kind of a touchy subject. I wouldn't do it. Best bet is to just do it on the computer, veteran or all-star. Now, saves is something you're gonna need for the career arcs and Immortals, but to get saves, pretty much there is the traditional save. You know, you're up by 3, or there's a certain amount of guys on base and it still counts as a save. But also, some things that people do not know is if you actually pitch 3 innings, let's say you come into the 7th with a new reliever, you're up 90 runs. It doesn't matter how many runs you are up, as long as you pitch 3 innings and do not give the lead, you will be getting a save, but you have to use the same pitcher for all of those 3 innings. That's a good way to get a save, especially if you're grinding some of these online hitting stats, because you're going to be up by a lot of runs playing on rookies. So 3 innings and you do get a save nonetheless. Now, holds is something that also people aren't really that aware of, because I don't think it's not really one of those stats, you know, it's kind of out there. But a hold is basically a reliever hands the lead over to another reliever, and I believe you can only pitch like a third of an inning. I do believe that counts. Let me know down below in the comments if I am correct about that. But even so, basically you have a reliever come in, you're winning by 2, you pitch out of the inning, or you hand it off to a next reliever, still with the lead, and you will be awarded with a hold. Basically, you can get multiple holds a game. Obviously, you can only get 1 save per game, but you can get, I think the most is like 5 to 7 holds you can get a game. Like I said, make sure to fact check that. I'm not 100% sure how many you can get, but you can definitely get a lot of holds every single game. Next is home runs, and to be honest with you, be early in power swing. For whatever reason, last year, you know the famous saying, just say be great. This year, nobody's came up with the catchy tune for it yet, but it's honestly being early. Whenever I play online, people always hit early home runs on me, and I've been trying to do that versus a computer. I just swing early, and usually the ball does travel further. So just be early, just early, and honestly, you're gonna hit it further. And like I said, power swing is your best bet. When you're playing on rookie, your PCI is already so inflated, it doesn't really matter. Plus, they're just gonna throw it right down the middle. Home runs are definitely one of the easiest stats to get in the game, pretty much. Whenever you are grinding, I recommend doing play versus computer versus the Miami Marlins. That's a team team I use. There's other teams. I believe the Red Sox have like 4 lefties, so if you have guys that have like really good stats against righties that you need to grind with, do them. But personally, the Marlins pitching is terrible, and also their hitting is really bad, and that leads into my next tip: complete game shutouts. This year they are hell to get, absolutely, because for whatever reason, you could be pitching a no-hitter into the 7th and then they just decide to hit a home run. Marlins is a team I always face because they don't really have any good hitters except for Justin Bour. If you face him, I recommend you just walk him, unless obviously like the bases are loaded, but Justin Bour usually is going to be the one to make you pay, so just avoid that entire frustration because, you know, complete game shutout, if you give up 1 run, all that work was for naught basically. So just walk Justin Bour. That is your best bet so he won't tee off on you. It's happened to me multiple times and it's really annoying. I don't know how that happens, where you can be dominating the game and then all of a sudden they just want to decide to go yard on you. I don't really understand that, but you guys know what I mean. It happens all the time. But next, into the exchanges, and finally this is where I want to talk about how you guys can get these guys the cheapest. So we're gonna look at Ken Griffey Jr. first. We're gonna look at exchanging center fielders. So I have 5 different guys to look at. The first one is AJ Pollock. You can see 12,425 exchange points, and he's gonna be one of the best guys that you can go to get. He's only going for about, you know, you can get him for probably 1,500 on a buy order. And basically I had the price per point, so it's 0.13 stubs per exchange point with AJ Pollock, which is actually really good. That's one of the best ones. For an 80 overall gold center fielder, I use Jackie Bradley Jr. It's 0.22 stubs per exchange point. 78 silver center fielder, I use Kevin Pillar. That's 0.16 stubs per exchange point. 75 overall center fielders is 0.14 stubs per exchange point. And then finally, the best one actually is bronze players. I looked at a 73 Brandon Nimmo. He's going for 125 stubs. It's only 0.10 stubs per exchange point. So there's 2 things you can really do. It's gonna take a long time because you see it gives you pretty much no. It's going to take you a lot of buy orders to get Brandon Nimmo. So if you guys want to do it a little bit faster, you guys can kind of pick what you want to do. AJ Pollock would be your next best bet. You know, this is going to be a lot quicker and you're not really going to lose out on that many more stubs, but either do AJ Pollock, do 83, you know, 83 overall golds, because I said that's only 0.13 studs per exchange point. And then Brandon Nimmo, he is the cheapest option, but he is also going to take quite a long time to do that. And these go for pretty much all the Immortals. Just understand, I just used a specific one. So just keep that in mind. For any player exchanges, I recommend basically like an 83 gold or just a bunch of bronzes like a 73, but like I said, that will take a long time. Finally, into the souvenirs, we're gonna look at hats first for Cal Ripken Jr. because he's only played for one team. There's only 2 options basically. So this Orioles hat goes for about 70 stubs, which makes it 2.3 stubs per exchange point. The silver hat is 10 stubs per exchange point. It's like, I'll check exactly how much it is, but it is quite a bit. So nonetheless, nothing else to be said. Just stick with the bronzes. It's going to take more time. I think you're going to need like 167 bronze hats to actually complete it, but you're saving basically 8 stubs every time. 8 times 167, you get the idea. Next, moving on to jerseys, sticking with Cal Ripken Jr. He's got a silver, a gold, and 2 diamonds. So basically, the silver, we're gonna go ahead and check how much that goes for. The silver jersey for the Orioles goes for about $350. You can put a buy order in. The price, it's a 3.5 stub per exchange point on the silver, 3.5 stub per exchange point on the gold, and 6.2 stub per exchange point on the diamond. So this one, it doesn't really matter whether you go with the silver or the gold jerseys. It's gonna take a lot more time to do with the silver, so I probably recommend the gold. Yeah, silvers are probably more likely to go down in value a little bit, but it's just gonna save you a lot of time because this is 175 more exchange points every single time. So basically, it just leads to a lot less jerseys you have to buy, and it's still gonna be the same price pretty much when it's all said and done. And then finally, the last thing, do not worry about the team epics unless you already have like 4 of them done or you already have 5 of them done. I do not recommend this just because it is not effective. Let's say if you did the hats, you bought if you bought, what would 167, my bad, I can't even think right now. If you bought 167 bronze hats for 30 exchange points, that's gonna cost you not even 12,000. And basically each team epic, even the cheaper ones, it's gonna cost you about 10,000 per, so that's going to be 50,000 stubs compared to, you know, about 12,000. So don't worry about the exchange programs. Some people think it's an alternative and a better alternative to doing the souvenir exchanges. It's not. It's more expensive and it's more time consuming because you have to actually complete the team epic. So don't even worry about that. Like I said, this is a lot cheaper to do. And that's pretty much going to do it for my tips on how to get Immortals fastest, effectively, and the cheapest way possible. If you guys have any other tips or any other questions for me, make sure to leave them down below in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them as always. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure to like down below. Hope you guys have a great day, and there you guys, I'm out. Yeah.
Love is love, and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure, and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.